Welcome back to the Force 90 YouTube channel and welcome back to more Tale of the Toffees, the Everton save on Football Manager 2017. In today's video we're going to be taking on Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. Will probably only be the one game today as I've still got a few things to get through. We're going to start off with a few more transfers. The window's now shut so no more can be made, so let's have a look at, I think it's four more players that we bought. Some for now, some for the future. And one player who will only be with us for a year. You'll see why. So we're going to start off with a couple of, I guess you could say fringe players that will be on the edge of the first team and can play if they need to. Starting off with Jermaine Anderson here, who is a defensive midfielder, can also play as a playmaker. He'll be like a backup for Idrissa Gueye, playing as like a roaming playmaker maybe. But he looks fairly decent, not too bad at all. He's got potential as well. He's probably going to be wanted on loan. Yeah, Forest want him. He was signed from Peterborough. £800,000 initial fee. I think they get a percentage of profit and stuff like that. But it's just straight up £800,000. And he looks very decent, balanced physically. Very nice leadership at 19. So he might be, a good idea, maybe captain for the under 23s. He looks very solid. Also got a young goalkeeper, Jack Walton, bought from Barnsley, £675,000, 18-year-old, and he's English, so we wouldn't need to register him if he were to need to be played. That shouldn't happen, we've got 3 keepers now. But this guy, again, would be good for the under-23s, be a decent goalkeeper, because we don't have a lot of decent youngsters. This is a decent sign-in for the young team. So then we've got players that will be in the first team, or will be around the first team. And this is Deli Sint-Graven, the Ajax midfielder. Very versatile, as you can see. He can play in the middle, or he can play on the left. And he's only 21, so I'm happy to have got this guy. He looks very decent, and he's got loads of potential as well. I mean, his ratings are good. Very decent first touch at 13. Decent technique, not bad with flair. Physicals aren't too bad. Not too bad off the ball as well. So I reckon this is a good midfielder we've got here. And I think him and Jakub can rotate quite well. So he looks very solid, and only £4 million as well. That's not a bad fee at all. So you might be asking yourself, who's this one last player that's going to be with us for one season? Well, I'll tell you now, he's Brazilian. He's 36 years old, so I sold Barry because of his age, and we bought a 36-year-old. If you haven't guessed already, it is Ronaldinho. He signed on a 1-year contract. He was a free agent. His wage isn't that bad, £39,000 a week, so I thought, why the hell not? 36-year-old Ronaldinho playing for Everton. I mean, ignore his physicals, pretend they're not there. Look at his 18 first touch, his 20 technique, his 20 vision, his 20 flair, his 16 decisions. Just forget about physicals, pretend they're not there. I've signed Ronaldinho for a year. I mean, I don't know how often he's going to play, because Barkley is our number 10. But, I mean, if there's no Barkley, Ronaldinho can step in, no problem. I don't know why I've done this, but why the hell not? So that's what our transfers look like at the moment. 8 players brought in, £35 million spent, which is not too bad at all. In terms of outs, so the only additional ones, so Leandro Rodriguez has gone on loan to Wolves. Didn't think I'd play him that often. We had a good few strikers. We've got Lukaku, we've got Valencia, we've got Niasse. I'm trying to get rid of Kone, but nobody wants him. He might end up just being released because nobody wants him. I don't know. I didn't see myself, playing him very often, Leandro, so he's gone on loan. And then 3 sales. So Tom Cleverley has gone to Monaco. Initial fee of £8.25 million. That could rise to over 11. I just thought they were better than Cleverley, and I'm going to go and get better. But that might have to wait until January because the window's shut. So we're going to need some more options in that central midfield. So I mentioned Morales would be on his way out. He has now left. He's gone to Swansea for £10 million. I would have liked a bit more for him, but it's not the end of the world. They only signed him for 6 in 2012. And while he did have a fair few starts, a fair few games, he didn't score a lot of goals. And he didn't make a lot of assists either. What he might have done, I don't know. It doesn't say. But 10 million is not too bad, and we're getting 100% of the transfer revenue at the moment, so that's 10 million that goes straight into our transfer kitty, and we can go up there and we can get even better. So I don't think this is a bad piece of business. I think he was a bit of a suspect on that wing, that sometimes he'd have a good game, but sometimes he wouldn't turn up. So that's the reason for selling him really, but I just think we could have got a bit more for him. And lastly, just a youngster that's never going to feature really, Tyus Browning has gone to Bristol City for £1.2 million. Always been on the fringe of the Everton team, not really. He's had a couple of appearances here and there, but yeah, he's been moved on because we've got 4 centre-backs, and I didn't really think he was going to play that often, and they didn't want to keep him down in our under-23s, so he's gone to Bristol City. So yeah, so £35 million spent. And we've brought in £20.5 million, so that's about 15 million net transfer, which isn't too bad at all. And we've still got money left as well. If we have a look at our budgets, still got £17 million to spend, and we've still got about £80,000 a week available in the wage budget as well. So we can go up there still, and we can get an amazing player in January, maybe get like a real game changer in midfield, or maybe a better striker, because I think we need some better strikers. We've got a good number, but I think we can do better. Okay, so we've got transfers out the way. Now, off screen. So I'm going to show you the goals from the games that I played off screen. Our first home game of the season was against Hull City. The first goal come in the 10th minute. Deulofeu passing it to Ogzan, who found a ball to Balassi, who finished with his right foot to give us a 1-0 lead with less than 10 minutes played. Hull did find an equaliser on the half-hour mark. It was Robert Snodgrass with the ball to Ryan Mason, who headed it into the path of Hernandez, who headed in to make it 1-1 with 30 minutes played. Everton regained the lead just before half-time. Oviedo's cross volleyed in by Balassi, who got a second goal for himself, and a second goal for Everton. Everton scored a third goal. It was an own goal though. Santon's cross was diverted in by Andrew Robertson, and an own goal made it 3-1 with 6 minutes left. Everton then won a penalty on the 86th minute. Lukaku brought down by Tom Huddleston. Everton had a spot kick. Yannick Balassi converted the penalty to complete his hat-trick and score a 4th goal for Everton. And then Everton scored a 5th. Ogzan's corner headed by Williams, and then into the goal by Jagielka to score their 3rd goal in 7 minutes and their 5th goal on the night. In the EFL Cup game against Blackpool, the first goal coming from young Liam Walsh with a nice finish outside the box to give them the 1-0 lead on the 27th minute. Blackpool then went down to 10 men. Liam Walsh fouled by Willem Tomlinson, who was given a straight red card for his tackle. He earned an early bath, and Blackpool went down to 10 men. Everton doubled their lead halfway through the second half. It was Romelu Lukaku with the goal to make it 2-0 on the night, earning Everton a draw against Manchester United in the 3rd round. However, the first had to face Man United in the Premier League. Didn't go too well. Zlatan Ibrahimovic with United's first goal on 51 minutes. And then United doubled their lead on 69 minutes. Martial's ball finding Mkhitaryan at the far post, who had an easy header to make it 2-0 in a match where Everton failed to have a shot on target. Everton did bounce back against the champions Leicester. Ogzan finding Deulofeu, who found Lukaku, who scored to make it 1-0 on the 39th minute. Everton scored 2 goals in 3 minutes. This goal coming with Yannick Balassi, found his way into the area, went past the defenders, and with a nice finish, made it 2-0 on the night, and that is how it ended. Everton 2, Leicester 0. So you can see, not too bad in terms of results. A nice convincing win against Hull, routine win against Blackpool in the Cup, and a win against Leicester. But that United game really did not go to plan. We were nowhere near up to their standard. Only 3 shots in the whole game, not a single one on target. Man United dominated, they had 31 shots. And yeah, we never looked like scoring. We hardly parade into their area. So really disappointing defeat. I know it's United and they're good, but we did not put up a fight at all. So for the game against Spurs, Kiko Casilla will stay in goal. He's done quite well recently, so we're going to let him retain his place. Santon will keep his place at right back, even though Seamus Coleman has returned from injury now. He's going to have a place on the bench today. Centre-backs, Jagielka and Williams, I think they're our best two, so they're going to keep their place. And Leighton Baines makes a return at left-back in his first appearance since that opener against Charlton. Idrissa Gueye will stay in at defensive midfield with Oxan playing just ahead of him. Daly Sinkgraven will make his debut as the advanced playmaker. No place in the team for Ross Barkley, he's going to be on the bench today. Aaron Lennon playing on that right wing. Balassi moving over to the left, hopefully he can still be as good. He's our top scorer at the moment with 4 league goals. And Romelu Lukaku will stay up front as the target man, 2 goals and 5 for him. So the bench looks a bit like this. No goalkeeper on the bench, hopefully that will be okay. Casilla hopefully will not get injured. Barkley, Mori, Coleman, Gibson, Valencia, Deulofeu and Ronaldinho will be on the bench. As you can see, Ronaldinho is retiring at the end of the season, so that's why we only have him for the 1 year, because he's going to retire after this, so this will be his last club. No place in the team for anybody else. Oviedo will miss out. Liam Walsh has done very well. He's had 1 appearance from the bench and 1 start. Looks like a very decent youngster, and he scored that goal, of course, in the EFL Cup. Hopefully we'll see some more Liam Walsh in the future, because he looks like a promising player. So for this match, we're going to be on a standard fluid. We're going to be playing wide with preventing short goalkeeper distribution, playing more direct, clearing the ball to the flanks, looking for the overlap and working the ball into the box. Okay, so we are odds-on favourites for this game, which is surprising seeing as that Tottenham's position in the Premier League was good. And they're unbeaten so far in the league, but we'll see what we can do. Very similar formations. We've just got that player a bit deeper. Let's have a look at Spurs' team then. Hugo Lloris in goal. The back 4 of Danny Rose, Jan Vertonghen, Alderweireld and Dyer. Those Belgian centre-backs will be hard to break down. They've got good chemistry between those two, so that's going to be a difficult defence to break down. The midfield of Moussa Dembele and Wanyama. Eric Lamela playing in that number 10 role with Sissoko to his right and Son to his left. And Harry Kane up front. Now Kane has been a thorn in my side in previous saves. Let's see what he's like on this game. The bench, Paul Lopez, Kevin Wimmer, Tom Carroll, Janssen, Onoma, Ben Davies and Dos Santos Souza. Have Spurs made any signings this season? Dos Santos Souza is a new player bought from Alkmaar, and they also signed Alex. I don't know which Alex that is. Oh, it's the former Chelsea defender, so a defensive signing for Spurs as well, but he's not playing today. And outs, only a few loans, no one's been actually sold. So last time we beat Leicester 2-0, let's try and pick up that momentum and just do the same thing. I will change the camera. Oxan free kick, Lukaku, we're on a penalty actually. Harry Kane with a foul on Lukaku. Baines on his return to the Premier League since that opener against Charlton, with a penalty here to give us a 1-0 lead. We've only played 10 minutes, this would be a good start. He's gone left, he scored, it is 1-0 with 10 minutes played, a very good start. And Kane not really doing so well so far. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come for Kane in terms of my saves. Here's Baines' penalty again then from the behind goal camera. Very calm. Lloris went the right way, but Baines put it right in the top corner. There was no getting to that. It's 1-0. Lamela free kick for Spurs here. It's headed away by Jagielka. And now we can look to break. Here is Yannick Balassi to Williams. Baines tries to find Lukaku, but we've got it back here. Sinkgraven dispossessed. Here is Sissoko for Spurs. Can he find a cross? He can. Harry Kane's there, but it's a good point blank save from Kiko Casilla. Good work by Sissoko though. Good cross. Oh, Jagielka's taking a bit of a knock, but it looks like it's going to be okay. It was a twisted ankle, I think it was. At half time, we have a 1-0 lead. That's not too bad. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of better. Well, you can improve. Let's try that. No, Lukaku's still letting us switch off. He's actually unhappy, Lukaku. He said he wanted to move to a bigger club, which is all well and good if people actually want you, but I had no bids or anything for him, so it was pretty hypothetical to actually say, yeah, you can move to a bigger club, because no one had bid for him. There was no interest. Baines has conceded a free kick here, right on the edge of the box. Who's going to take it? Is that Lamela? It is Lamela. Straight at the wall, but Son's shot saved by Casilla. Danny Rose now on the ball, and that is cleared by Garner Gay. Harry Kane coming forward here, but he's on his own a bit as a shot anyway. He didn't have any support, so it was worth having a go. Now we're in. I'm going to make some subs. Lennon's not done too well on that right-hand side. I'm going to switch Balassi over to there. Have they got rid of the allow wide players to swap option? Because I can't find it. It's not on here anymore. So I don't know if it's still there or not. If you know where it is, can you let me know? Because I've lost it. So we're going to move Balassi to the right. We'll take off Aaron Lennon and we'll bring on Deulofeu on that left-hand side. as the inside forward. We've got Baines as wing back, so he can overlap, so that's fine. I think we'll bring on Ronaldinho later on in the game. Sink-Raven's not really done too much today, so I think we'll bring on Ronaldinho. We'll give him about 20 minutes to shine on his first appearance. Okay, Loris goal kick. It's with Son. He's taken it past Santon, who's won it back here. Bad play by Son. Here is Sink-Raven to Ogzan. Santon now to Balassi. Now Balassi's got that pace on that right-hand side. He's found a cross. Lukaku at the post. He hits the woodwork. Decent save by Lloris. And with less than 20 minutes left, I think it's time to bring on Ronaldinho. I'm going to play Ronaldinho as an Ungonch, because it says that the Ungonch is more stationary as a focal point instead of moving around in larger areas of space. So, given Ronaldinho's physicals, he's not really going to be doing a lot of moving, is he? So, I think if we just stick him in that number 10 role, he can stay there, and he can link the midfield and the attack. That hopefully should work very well. Let's see. Spurs making a change as well. A defensive change. I don't know why that is. They brought on Kevin Rimmer, and I think they took off Sissoko or something like that. Still got a 1-0 lead, but there's 5 minutes left. What else can we change here? I'm going to take off Ziakup. He's kind of struggling a bit. Let's bring on Darren Gibson, and let's see if we can see out a 1-0 win here. Doubling our lead would be nice, and there's not long left now. Let's go back to the defensive and see if we can hold on. A 1-0 win's not too bad. It's a win nonetheless. We've seen our first goal, and full time is only a few seconds away. Here is Ronaldinho. He's found Lukaku, who has been dispossessed, but Ronaldinho rushes to win it back. I've never seen him move so fast. Here is Lukaku. Ronaldinho's looking for it. He's in good space. That is cleared by someone, I think. I don't know who it was, though. Here's Balassi. He's been fouled by Danny Rose. We've got a free kick in a good position here. This is De La Feu sort of area. Danny Rose, no booking or anything. Number 7 is going to put this free kick in. No, it's not. It's full time. A 1-0 win. Not too bad at all. Lukaku's not had the best of games really at the moment. I'm not quite sure. I know he's unhappy, but I still expect him to perform on the pitch. I'm going to say it's a good win, because it's against Spurs. Spurs are a very good side, so I think it's good to beat Tottenham. That's not a bad result. Just wish we could have played a bit better though. We didn't really create a lot. That got 1 goal was a penalty as well, so if it wasn't for that, we'd be looking at another goalless draw. So in terms of the table, let's move this up to 4th place. That one defeating against United, the only blemish. If we'd have won that game, we would have been, well, maybe up with Arsenal. Okay, so Jagielka, of course, he twisted his ankle in that game. He is going to miss about 3 to 4 weeks of action, but we could give him some injections to get him through the next game. Now, our next game is the EFL Cup against Man United, which I don't consider that important, and the board don't consider it important either. So we're just going to leave it to the physio, and he'll just miss 3 to 4 weeks of action. We've got cover, we've got Mori, we've got Duarte, so we should be fine. Best performer on the pitch was Idrissa Gueye, who put in a very good performance as that defensive midfielder. 86% of his passes completed, and 94 tackles won. That is what I want to see. Okay, so our next game is that EFL Cup game against Manchester United. Now, this will be the 3rd time in 6 weeks that we played United. Of course, we had the Rooney testimonial, which we lost 3-1, and they beat us 2-0 in the Premier League off screen. So it would be nice to avenge that, but and then again, the EFL Cup is not very important to me or to the board. So I will probably be playing a rotated team. I think Walsh will get a game in this one. We won't be doing it on screen. I'm just going to do the one game today because we had a lot to go through today. We had transfers and we had off-screen games. So it'll just be the one game today. But next time, there will be 2 live comms, I promise. Those live comms are going to be... Okay, so we're going to do 2 away games. The next games will be Southampton and Swansea. So we've got that Liverpool game coming up as well. Merseyside derby is absolutely important, but I think we'll leave it for the home derby, which would be just at the business end of the season. I think it would be a bit more important to do it then, because we'll know where we sit in the Premier League, we'll know what we need to aim for. So I will definitely be doing the Merseyside derby towards the end of the season. I won't be doing the Anfield one though, at least not this season. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below, leave any comments you would like to make, and if you want to see videos as and when they turn up on YouTube, hit subscribe. We've got our first win of the series against Spurs. It was a slender win, and it was a penalty, but I will absolutely take it. So hopefully we can build on that and get some more wins next time. Hopefully we'll do well. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you are too. I will see you then. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.